Now I am work at home.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very good because the weather is very bad.
Oh yes, today was really bad. When I looked outside my window, but it has stopped now. It has stopped raining.
Yes, now it's good, but yesterday and one day ago it's awful.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you worked today only, yes?
What?
Okay, you only worked today.
Yes, I only worked today.
Okay. Artyom, what about you? Hello, Artyom. Okay. Natalia,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm fine, thank
How are you today? How are you enjoying your vacation?
you. The weather is bad, so my vacation not so good.
Yes. Oh, okay. Artyom says he's going home on a bus. Okay, but it's good to see you, Natalia. And we have Igor. Hello, Igor. How are you? It's a long time I've seen you. Hello. Hello, Igor. Uh, Kal Kalishuk Igor. Yeah, hello. How are you? I can't hear you. Hello. Hello. Okay, okay, maybe it's network. All right, today we're going to talk about. Okay, you're having problems with micro. You can check your settings. Check your settings. Okay, I can see now something about I've I've been afraid of it for years. I've been afraid of it for years. That's today's topic. But before we start, I want to show you guys a video and I'm going to put it on silent. So let us watch this video. It's on English. It's going to be the first. I have two videos, and this is the first one. Okay, so let's relax.
Hi there, my name is Chris Marios, and I've been teaching English for the last 11 years.
Dan, look, how you doing, man?
Okay, everyone. So I'm going to play the video now. So you try to watch it, try to listen to it, and you can write me your comments, what you understood from the video. So just relax. Let me put the video link here, and boom. The video is talking about how to introduce yourself. That's the title of the video, how to introduce yourself to people. So this is the video starting.
Yo, man, this is Dan. Look, how you doing, man? Give me a high five. Nice to meet you.
No, that is not how you introduce yourself in a business setting. Maybe a high school buddy, that's okay, right? You never get a second chance to make a first impression, a good first impression. I am shocked because I've been to so many different business functions and networking events. And you see entrepreneurs and business owners or professionals, they meet people. Very often, it's pretty awkward. They don't know how to introduce themselves. They don't know how to do the proper handshake. They walk up to people. Maybe not that extreme, but sometimes they're not so well equipped with exactly what you need to say. So today I want to give you some tips. When you meet with someone, how do you make that good first impression? How do you introduce yourself? Or sometimes, how do you introduce others? Maybe you want to introduce this person to this person. What's the proper way to do that in a kind of a business, more formal setting, okay? So when you meet someone like a stranger, someone that you just meet, you don't want to be overly excited. You don't want to be overly eager. Like, example, you meet someone, hey, nice to meet you, shaking the hand like, oh yeah, very nice to meet you. You don't want to do that. You want to be nice and calm. You want to be a professional. If you're an introvert and you're meeting someone, take your time, right? Slow down. Just put your hand. Just, hey. And you can, let me give you a very simple way of introducing yourself. My name is, and you want to take your time. I notice a lot of people when they introduce the name, especially if your name, it's more difficult to pronounce. Or maybe like with your last name, it's not so common, right? Then take your time, enunciate it, slow down. So don't just rush it. Then people don't understand. They don't remember your name. So my name is, take your time. So my name is Dan Locke. Locke. Dan Locke. From there, right? My name is, your hand like this, shake the hand, firm handshake, just like that. Sometimes you might do something like this, your handshake, and then you put your hand over the shoulders like that. That's good too. My name is, so if you want to be a little bit more, right, just tiny little bit more intimate from here to here, right? You want to build that connection. It's a pleasure meeting you. So my name is Dan Locke. Shake hand. It's a pleasure meeting you. See that? Very, very simple. Very, very simple. When you're introducing others, sometimes what you want to do is, let me introduce you to my friend here, right? And you want to introduce them. It's almost you're presenting someone. What you don't want to do is this. Hey, he's my friend here. You see how, like, who is this person? You want to set this person up for success. Make that intro properly. It's almost you're presenting, hey, this is my friend, John here. From here, you're presenting like that, right? And from here. Like very, very simple thing, but you notice most people don't do it well. So when you're introducing yourself, now, sometimes you could say it's pleasure to meet you. Sometimes you could say nice to meet you, depends on the setting. But you gotta practice it. You gotta be practicing the timing of it. As simple as that, the first few seconds, that's how you make that first impression. And from there, you might say, transition that into a second question. So, hi, my name is Dan Locke. Very nice to meet you, right? What brought you to this event? From there, you can have a dialogue. You could get to understand more of what they do, how you can add value, what business are they in. Just go from there, right? And making eye contact, make sure when you're making eye contact, you don't, like, let me do it wrong. Like, oh, hi, yeah, my name is Dan Locke, and nice to meet you. See how I'm not making eye contact? You feel like you're hiding something. Look at them. Look them in the eyes, right? Hi, my name is Dan Locke. Very nice to meet you. See? So what brought you to this event? Boom. Just like that. So practice it. Test it out. Let me know if this works for you. Comment below.
Okay, so that video that I just showed to all of you was talking about, like I said, how to introduce yourself. Can anyone tell me what you understood about this video? Anyone? Okay. Okay, so Artyom is writing. Natalia, what about you? Could you tell us what you learned from this video, or what you understood? What about you, Nadia? So if you can hear me, you can just write something in the comment section. Write in the comments. Let us know what you've learned from this video. Okay. So while I'm waiting for you guys to write your comment, so today we're talking about the topic. I have been afraid of it for years. Okay. Okay, today we're going to look at just a minute. Today we're looking at grammar exercise, talking about for and since. Now, in the last class we talked about second conditional, but today we're going to look at something quite interesting. Okay. Now, we have present perfect with for and since. Okay. Artyom says, when you introduce yourself or your friend, you should be slow and have eye contact. Okay, are you going to practice what you've learned from the video? Natalia, so okay, just a second. Yes, Artyom, are you going to practice what you've learned? Nadia, hello Nadia, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Nadia, what did you learn from this video?
I understood what I can introduce myself or my friend. For example, we should keep calm, and we should to pronounce my name slowly, and we should look in eyes, make eye contact.
Yes.
And when we want to introduce our friend, we should say, for example, let me introduce you to my friend.
Okay. That's a very good. That's good, Nadia. What about you, Natalia?
I'm agree with Nadezhda.
Okay.
About present perfect. We missed unit 4.
Unit 4.
Yes, there was about present perfect.
Oh. Okay. There's going to be a recording about that, and if you check the recordings, you're going to see a video about this, about Unit 4. Well, you know, in the last class we did Unit 9A. Was talking about second conditional. You remember?
Yes, but unit 4 we miss, вообще miss.
Yes.
Пропустить. Так, мое видео.
Yes, I understand you, Natalia. I understand.
Окей.
Okay, so we're going to talk to. Okay, now you said, what did you learn from the video, Natalia? The video you watched.
We
Yes.
we ну тут не have to скорее we would maybe tell slowly and before your name take your time. My name is Natalia.
Very good.
Yes.
Okay.
After meeting, polite, tell nice to meet you.
Okay.
And when we want to introduce somebody, we have to tell, let me introduce, and speak all slowly. Yes.
Okay.
And make eye contact with
the person. Make eye contact with the person. Yes, that's true. Okay, Natalia, that's very good. So we have 1 second. Okay, Ekaterina. Hello, Katya. Hello.
I'm sorry, I was late.
Yes. Where have you been? I haven't seen you for some time now. You were not in our last webinar.
I'm sorry.
You were not in the last webinar. You were not there.
Yes. And?
Well, we did. I'm asking why. Why didn't you come to the last webinar?
Why I wasn't? I missed the last lesson. No.
Yes.
Oh, because of my study, I finished my I passed session now, and because of yes. However, from this day I'm free, and I all pass all exercise and all lessons. Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay. All right. So I want you to tell me from the video. Did you watch the video?
Oh, no, sorry, no.
Okay, you didn't watch it. Okay, no problem. It's okay.
Because of my work.
No,
I finished my work maybe 10 minutes ago.
Okay. All right, no problem. Okay then, so I'm going to put it on silent. There's some materials I want to share with you guys, and eventually we're going to talk about it. Now, so I want everyone to listen, and I'm going to change it to listen mode. Now, today we're looking at phobias. Now, if anyone knows the meaning of phobia, you can write it on the comment section. What is phobia? What is phobia? But today we're looking at something really interesting. Okay. Yes, when you're afraid of something. Yes, Artyom. Phobia. Yes. You know, when you have a fear about something. Okay, today we're looking at the present perfect. Okay, and in the present perfect, you can define a period of time, the for now, okay, with for plus a period of time, or by, considering its starting point with since, or plus a point in time. Now, we have two periods of time. So the first is for is plus a period of time, since plus a period of time. And today we're focusing on two verbs, for and since, and they can be used with the past perfect. Now, today I want you to look at for. When we say a period of time, we say for 6 years, for a week, for a month, for hours, for 2 hours. I have walked here for 5 years. That is for. Then since is like when we say since, it's plus a point in time. So we say since this morning, since last week, since yesterday, since I was a child, since Wednesday, since 2 o'clock. I have walked here since 1990. So I'll go through it again. We use for plus a period of time. So we say 6 years for a week, for a month, for hours, for 2 hours. And I've worked here for 5 years. I have studied at the university for 5 years. So I have, and these are just examples talking about a period of time, 10 years, 5 years. Now we take a look at since. We use since plus a point in time. Since this morning, since last week, since yesterday, since I was a child. For example, I've been afraid of snakes since I was a child. I've been at the hospital since Wednesday. This is just some example with since. I have worked here since 1990. Okay, we take a look at the second page. Now, talking about present perfect with for. She has lived here for 20 years. We have taught at this school for a long time. Alice has been married for 3 months. They have been at the hotel for a week. Now, present perfect with since. She has lived here since 1980. We have taught at this school since 1965. Alice has been married since March 2nd. They have been at the hotel since last Tuesday. Now, more information is when you want to ask questions about the duration of an action or a state. When we say for an action, we say, for example, how long have you worked here? If I ask you and you say, I have worked here for 5 years. So these are just some examples. So we use how long to ask about the duration or a time period. Okay, we're going to look at it again. Like I said, I've been in hospital for 3 weeks. So imagine asking someone, how long have you been at the hospital? So I've been at the hospital for 3 weeks. So like I said, we talk about it with for when we use present perfect. talking about the duration. It's for a period of time, or by considering a starting point with since or plus a point in time. So for and since can also both be used with the past perfect. So since can only be used with perfect tense. So for example, if you say for, as we can see here, a period of time for 6 years, I've lived in Minsk for 6 years, I have worked in my company for 6 years, for a week, for a month, I've waited for you for 2 hours. When you ask someone, so how long have you waited for me? So I've waited here for 2 hours, for hours, for 2 hours. So for 5 years, we use it to talk about a period of time. Years, weeks, months, hours, and so on and so forth. Then we come to since, okay? When we use since, it's talking about a point in time. Since this morning, since last week, since yesterday, since I was a child, since Wednesday, or since 2 o'clock. So these are just some, pretty much examples of using since plus a point in time. So when someone says, since this morning, I haven't eaten anything since this morning. Since last week, I haven't seen John. I haven't seen Maria since yesterday. With this phrase, since I was a child, I've been afraid of snakes since I was a child. I've been afraid of snakes. Sorry. So these are just some example. Now talking about live, when you see someone like you meet a person or a stranger talking about live. So where do you live? I live in Minsk. I don't know anything about Minsk. Then you talk about Minsk and you explain to them, where Minsk is located, the capital of Belarus. And then you say, how long have you lived in Minsk? Say, I have lived in Minsk for 5 years. Now, someone asks you, where do you work? Say, I work with EPAMS. So I know EPAMS is a huge company. So really? Say, yes, that's nice. So how long have you worked with EPAMS? So I've worked there for 5 years. Or no, I've worked there since. So you calculate. You don't want to say for 5 years. So you can say I have worked there since 2010. I have worked there since 2005. I have worked there since 2008. So these are just some examples with since. A point in time. Remember, so these are just examples of point in time. Now, so this is so it's really quite easy talking about for and since. So I'm going to ask you guys some questions from this grammar exercise that we just did. Now, we're going to go to the next one. Talking about fear. Fear. From the pictures, you can see this man is afraid of something. Are you afraid of the dark? So you know what afraid means? Frightened. I'm frightened of spiders. Scared. He's scared of making mistakes. So these are just some words and they all mean The same thing. Terrified when she heard the noise. She was absolutely terrified. Artyom, yes, phobia. Yes, it's phobia. It's yes, when you're afraid of something. I hope you can hear me. So we're going to expressions. Now, expressions is talking about how you express something that has happened. Goosebump is like your murashki. When you have your skin has little bumps on it. Okay. When they are scared, they scared the hell out of me. So, sent shivers down my spine. Now, what I want you to pay attention to in this chapter is the words. You have afraid. Afraid is the most common. So whenever you see afraid, you have your preposition which is of. Afraid of the dark. I am frightened of making mistakes. Yeah. Or he's scared of making mistakes. I feel a bit uneasy. When we say a bit uneasy, it's talking about you're not comfortable of doing something. When everywhere is dark, and then you're walking down the street in the night, and you are looking around, and you're like, you're not comfortable. You don't feel okay. That's the meaning of a bit uneasy. Okay, so we're going to take some questions with all of you regarding this materials we went to. All right, we're going to start with Nadia. Hello, Nadia. Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, okay, Nadia. Hello once again.
Hello.
What did you understand from the materials that we just talked about?
We talked about present perfect for when we use for and when we use since.
Mm-hmm.
We use for when we talk about period of time. For
Okay.
example, for 5 years, for a month. And we use since when we talk about point in time.
Yes.
Since this evening, since last week. What?
Okay. So I have a question for you, Nadia. What is your job?
I am a sales manager.
So you work as a sales manager.
Yes.
How long have you worked as a sales manager?
I worked sales manager for 2 years.
For 2 years. What's the name of your company?
My company called Interlab Service.
Okay. Do you like working with this company?
Yes, I like my job, but I think maybe in the future I change my job.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One more question for you. Do you have any phobias?
Yes, of course. I'm afraid of spiders, snakes, and, different insects.
How long have you been afraid of spiders?
Uh, I'm afraid of spiders since when I was born.
Okay, since when you were born. Okay. And are you from Minsk?
No, I'm from Gomel.
Mm-hmm. How long have you lived in Minsk?
I lived in Minsk since this year.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Mm, anything else you're afraid of?
Mm, I'm afraid of как, э,
Hmm?
высот- высота.
I can't hear you.
Высота.
Height.
Heights. Yes. Maybe I'm afraid of heights.
Okay. The and how long have you been afraid of heights?
Uh, I'm afraid of heights. Maybe since when I was a child. Может, так сказать.
Since you were a child. So one more question for you before I go. Do you have a pet?
No, I haven't.
Do you like animals?
I like animals, but now I'm not comfortable conditions for pets.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But when I was a child, I have a dog, little.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Nadia, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we go to the next person. Artyom, can you talk?
Yes, I can. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can. Are you at home right now?
Yes.
Okay, how are you?
Good. Thank you.
Okay. So, Artyom, what do you understand from this grammar?
I understand that we can use for and since since when we want to describe a period of time when we do something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Artyom, are you from Minsk?
No, I'm from a little city. His name is Глубокое.
Oh, what region?
Vitebsk district. Oh, Vitebsk district, right? Yes, it's a little city. 20,000 people live in this city.
How do you know it's 20,000?
Excuse me, repeat, please.
How do you know it's 20,000?
I'm not understand your question.
How do you know it's 20,000 people living in this city?
Как я узнал, что там живут 20 тысяч людей?
Yes.
Because our government was write our население. Перепись населения.
Okay, that's
будет?
like statistics of
Statistics of living people or living folk. And if we write in Wikipedia city Глубокое, you can see how many people live in this city.
Okay. in my city, in my city, from where I come from. Now, do you know the population? It's almost 25 million.
Oh, it's a very big, a very big city. In Belarus, we have 9 million people in all of Republic.
Which city?
Who is asking this question?
Emelianova Ekaterina.
Kate, I'm
Oh,
here.
thanks. Okay. The name of my city is called Lagos.
Mhm.
Yes, Lagos, in Nigeria. That's where I'm from. So the population of Lagos is 21 million or even more.
Okay, and what do you do in this city?
Which city?
I'm sorry,
In which city?
I can hear a bit, please, the question.
Could you repeat your question?
Okay. Um, what do you do in this city, in Minsk?
Oh, as you can see, I'm working. I'm teaching
Good
today.
work.
Yeah.
How long do you live in Belarus?
How long have you lived?
How long have you lived in Belarus?
Well, that's a good question. I've lived in Belarus for, one second, it's about 6 years now.
Oh,
And your impression?
My impression?
Yes.
Wow, everyone always asks me. I get this question a lot. I know you've heard this word before. It's an unusual place. Unusual because it's it's small, but it's quiet compared to other cities I've been to. And it was different for me because it was a different culture. It was a different people, different language. So compared to other places I've been to.
Yes. I understand.
Yes. So, any other questions that you have? I was a student before. I was a student here. I studied at one of your universities in Belarus.
In university? At university?
I graduated. I finished a degree here in Belarus.
master degree?
Oh no, it was a BS, bachelor's.
Baccalaureate, yes?
Yes, a bachelor's degree.
You study 4 year or 5? Yes. In which university do you study?
The best university in your country.
BGU? Belarusian Government University?
No. Belarusian State University. Yes. I'm an alumni in this university.
And which faculty? Faculty.
The faculty was it has to do with microbiology.
Microbiology.
Yes. Before I did some courses here in English. So here I am. I think I've said this before. So my city is Lagos from Nigeria. We speak in English. English is my official language in my country, just as you have Russian language here as your um, official language. It's the same for us.
And now you're a teacher because of difficulties with language. Yeah. Yes.
Could you repeat your question?
Yes. And now you are a teacher because of some difficulties with our language. Yes.
Well, not really. You see, teaching English was more like something that I'm interested in, more like a passion, or it gives me the opportunity to meet people, and I just feel satisfied because I can make a positive difference, or should I say, a positive change in another person because you're helping this person to learn another language. Yes.
Good.
Do you want continue to study in our university and have a master degree?
Actually, after when I graduated, I thought about that, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to rush. I just wanted to take some time off and to make. I'm trying to explain it in a very simple way. I wanted to do my master degree in another specialization.
And which specialization?
Uh,
In what?
I haven't really thought. There's a lot, right? I haven't decided yet.
Understand.
Do you like life in Minsk?
Who is asking this question?
Nadia?
Okay, so your question was, could you repeat yourself?
Do you like your life in Minsk?
As a matter of fact, I do. And because it's kind of like a second home for me now. At first, it wasn't easy because of the weather. The weather was difficult for me to adapt.
Okay. And what was let me see.
Yes. Could you repeat your question?
Yes. What weather was in your similar city?
Okay. Lagos is so excuse me. So if you can't hear me well, it's because I'm having a throat problem, kind of like a cough. Okay, so in Lagos, the temperature. It's warm. My country is a tropical country, and the weather is 25 degrees to 30 degrees.
Now is summer. Yes, and degrees is now probably 14. Yes.
14 it's normal in Nigeria. It's normal. It's not that hot. We have, around the city, my my city, Lagos, we have the ocean, Atlantic Ocean, So it's around the city.
Super.
And you see the waves. You know what waves are? Waves are.
Залив?
Could you repeat yourself?
Залив?
Lake это озеро.
Waves, он сказал.
It's not озеро. An ocean, the water moves, you know?
We know.
And it comes and then it goes back.
Ну, прилив, залив.
Okay. So that's it. And then you see seashells, you know? You know what seashells are?
Yes. Seychelles Island.
No,
Ракушки.
Yes, ракушки.
what do you call it?
Ракушки.
Okay. So you see them on the beach. If you pick it, you put it on your ear, you can hear the sea.
No, you hear
Listen.
how your blood run in our head.
No, you hear a noise. You hear like the ocean, the sound of the ocean. You know, you just put it in your ear and you hear something. It's really, it's like magic.
I know, we do that.
So that's it. As an example of where I live. So, yes, Natalia, you want to say something? Hello? Pardon?
About for science or about fear, everything. About what?
Yes, do you have any question?
Yes.
Okay, what's your question?
Mine?
Yes, your question.
Last webinar, I asked about religion.
Asked about what?
Religion?
Religion. What is your religion?
Oh, my religion.
Yes.
I'm a Catholic, Roman Catholic. Yes. My family is Catholic, and I'm a Roman Catholic. And what about you?
Orthodox.
Orthodox. Okay.
Кто это такие?
Православные ты.
Orthodox? What it mean?
Orthodox Christian. It's like your...
Православные?
Yeah.
Я просто не знал, как это называется.
Yes. In English, it's called Orthodox.
Orthodox.
Yes.
I am Orthodox too.
Oh, you're an Orthodox Christian also?
Yes.
Okay. Is anybody here Roman Catholic? Nobody?
Nobody.
I know that a lot of people from Grodno region are Catholics.
Yes, in my town, most of people Catholic.
Pardon?
Most of people in my town, native, are Catholic. Yes.
Oh, they are Catholics too. Oh, that is good. Because I've been to Grodno, and they have a very beautiful. They have beautiful churches in this city, in Grodno. The churches are beautiful. Okay, so Natalia, tell me, do you have a phobia?
I think yes. I am afraid snakes, but not all kind of snakes.
Okay, not all kinds of snakes.
Yes. No, in our country, most famous ush и гадюка. I don't afraid ush, But Gazuka, yes.
Viper.
Yes, Gadu,
But
very good. Yes, very good, Artyom. It's called a viper.
Viper.
It has. I know this. This is on the comment section. Viper.
In America, they have car, Dodge Viper.
Pardon?
America have car named Dodge Viper.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
What?
It's just a kind of car called Viper. But so Natalia, and have you seen snakes before? Have you seen a snake before?
yeah,
Yes. Have you seen a snake before?
yes, I have seen snakes. I spent in childhood my time in как детский лагерь, вам назвать.
Yes, summer camp.
Camp, yes. So it was in forest. So yes,
Mhm.
I'm often so snakes, and also we have сейчас минуточку. Дача на английском как будет?
That is your summer country house. Country house.
House, yes. Also in forest. So yes. I so.
Mhm. Okay, and do you have a pet, Natalia?
No, now I don't have any pet because I rent that, so I can't.
Okay. What about a bicycle? Do you have a bicycle?
Велосипед?
Yes.
No, no. I prefer walking. Walk. Прогулку.
Okay. Do you know anybody from another country?
Я знаю еще в других странах.
Yes.
Ну, так, родственники это relative?
No, I mean like maybe you have friends from other countries, from anywhere in the world, anybody
From
Yeah.
Ukraine.
from Ukraine. And
Yeah.
how long have you known this your friend?
No, from childhood.
Since, so you say since.
From my childhood.
Very good. Okay. And where do you work?
I'm shop
Where-
center.
Where do you, okay, shop center. Okay.
Yes.
How long have you worked in the shop center?
In this 4, 5 years. No, 4, 3 years.
Okay, for 3 years. Okay, good. Good. Are you how long have you lived in Minsk?
Since 2010. Yes.
Good. Since 2010. Oh, that's like almost 10 years.
Yes.
Okay, 10 years. Okay. Okay, Natalia. Okay. Very good. So I would ask Katya. Hello, Katya. If you can hear me.
Yes, hello. Is my dog.
Okay. What's the name of your dog?
Name of my dog?
Yes.
Kalusha.
Wow.
Karlusha. King Charles.
An unusual name. Is it a he or a she?
He.
He looks very handsome.
Yes.
And
Okay.
how long have you had Kalyusha?
How long? 5 years. 5 years. Yes.
So 5 years.
5 years. Where my dog is ill. Больной. Ill. Yes. Болеет.
Yes.
Ill. Yes. Because my boyfriend's father have sorry, I have gave some snakes to this dog, and
What?
pardon me.
So your dog was given what?
One second. This dog has a lot of sugar in
In the blood?
yes, blood. No?
Blood.
Blood,
Blood.
not blood.
Blood. Yes.
Blood.
And we prick two time a day.
Okay, so your dog had a lot of sugar,
Yes.
okay, in the blood.
Yes.
And what were you doing to make it feel better?
We give him two injection.
Injections, yes.
Yes, the injection a day.
A day.
A day. Yes.
Okay.
I feel peaceful. Yes. So yes.
Okay. And you said you're working and studying, yes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. How long have you, where do you work?
I work in a pure bank. I sell. I sell credits. Yes, to different people by calls.
Mm-hmm. I'm a client in Pearl Bank.
Nice.
I have been banking with Pearl Bank since 2013.
How long?
Since 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how long have you been working with Prior Bank?
On 21st of June will be 1 year. Yes. And I want to change my work probably in August. However, I don't know which work. I don't know now because of this situation. Nothing. Nobody. Now nobody. Как будет не принимать?
Take.
No, yes, nobody take people to work. Yes, no. Shame.
Okay. Yeah, it's difficult right now to find a job because of the situation that is happening. Okay. And do you have a bike?
No, my parents mm, sometimes give me bikes.
Okay. Do you know anybody from another country?
Pardon?
Do you know anybody, any foreigner from another country?
Mm, yes, I know 7 person from я забыла. Нидерланды.
Yes, from Netherlands. Yes.
How?
Netherlands. Netherlands.
Netherlands? Yes, yes. 7 boys from who play football.
Mm-hmm. How did you get to know them?
How did you
How
get?
how did
Ah,
how did you know them?
we met in sunny beach in Bulgaria when I passed my time, my holiday. Yes, and so we meet, and we walk. I was with my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Dasha, and he's smaller than me, and yes, we go for a week and pass a good time this time. It was 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so and how do you keep in touch with them?
Sorry.
Do you co-
Ты связываешься?
Держишь с ними связь?
Now, now no, because of my boyfriend. And
Okay.
we have a different lives. So now, forever in Instagram, I can see their photos. Yes.
Okay. All right, Katya. So the remember I mentioned a second video, and we're going to watch the second video, and then we will try to get some feedback. So just hold on while I put the video.
Everybody, whether they like to admit it or not, has fears and gets anxious about certain things, whether it be a spider crawling on the ground or getting up in front of large groups of people. In most cases, though, people cope with those fears and confront them. A phobia is the most extreme type of fear, where it actually causes them to go to great lengths to avoid being exposed to the feared or perceived danger, even if there's no actual risk or danger, and people often feel powerless against it. Phobias are considered the most common psychiatric disorder, affecting almost 10% of the population. Phobias are extreme, often unreasonable and irrational fears of something, which could literally be anything, like pyrophobia, fear of fire, electorophobia, fear of chickens, triskaidekaphobia, fear of the number 13, phobophobia, fear of developing phobias, Or even pinicophobia, a fear of lists. Unreasonable or irrational fears get in the way of daily routines, work, and relationships because patients with phobias might try to do whatever they can to avoid the anxiety and terrifying feelings associated with the phobia. For example, most people don't necessarily enjoy the company of a spider, but they also don't let it affect their social or daily life. Like, even though I know there are spiders in the woods, I wouldn't avoid a camping trip on account of the spiders. Even if they love camping, somebody with arachnophobia, a fear of spiders, might refuse to go because they know there's a possibility of seeing a spider in close quarters. The fear is clearly interfering with their social life and relationship with friends, meaning it's a phobia. An irrational fear of an object or situation like this is called a specific phobia. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Disorders, edition 5, splits these specific phobias into 5 categories. Fear of animals, like arachnophobia or electorophobia. Fear of the natural environment, like darkness or nyctophobia. Fear of blood and needles, hemophobia. Situational fears, like fear of flying, aviophobia. And then other fears, like fear of clowns, coulrophobia. These specific phobias are one of 3 main types of phobias. The other 2 types are agoraphobia and social phobia. Agoraphobia means fear of public places, but has to do with being fearful in a public space where it feels like it might be hard to escape quickly and return to a place perceived as safe, like the person's home. Therefore, people with agoraphobia tend not to venture out very often. Some commonly feared areas might be places like crowded shopping malls or theaters, where it might be difficult to escape quickly. Social phobias, on the other hand, are overwhelming and persistent fears of social situations and interactions. People with social phobias are fearful of being embarrassed or judged by others. Being embarrassed or feeling awkward in a social interaction from time to time is totally normal. But people with social phobias often feel anxiety for weeks leading up to events before they happen, and are afraid of doing common things in front of others. For example, someone with a social phobia might be afraid to eat in front of someone else. For people with phobias, seeing, being exposed to, or even thinking about the phobia causes severe anxiety that's often not proportionate to the real threat. They'll catastrophize and jump to the worst case scenario and think that it's more likely to happen than it actually is. These thoughts can lead to physical symptoms like excessive sweating, trembling, and an increased heart rate. That being said, it's important to reiterate the difference between an everyday fear and a phobia. Feeling queasy while you're climbing a ladder would be an everyday fear. Avoiding your favorite frozen yogurt place because it's on the 2nd floor of a building would be a phobia. Feeling weirded out around your best friend's pet snake is an everyday fear. Avoiding your friend's house entirely because they have a snake would be a phobia. Unless it's not in a terrarium and slithering around the house, then I guess it would be an everyday fear. Basically, it comes down to the idea of what would be an appropriate or reasonable response versus a disproportionate or exaggerated response. But what causes a phobia? Well, we don't really know, but we do know that you're more likely to develop one if you have a family member with a phobia. Sometimes, though, phobias might be caused by specific traumatic events, like being confronted by an aggressive raccoon. Now, tailoring treatment for a specific individual's fear is super important in effective therapy, because different patients might respond differently depending on the therapy, especially if other conditions are involved, like depression and drug abuse. Psychotherapy, particularly cognitive behavior therapy, can be super beneficial for patients. Cognitive behavior therapy teaches patients to be mindful that their fear is irrational, and the likelihood of their worst fears coming true, like being attacked by a pack of angry raccoons and getting rabies and dying an unpleasant, untimely death, is actually very low. Also, systematic desensitization might be used, where a person is gradually and systematically exposed to the feared objects. Patients first learn to identify the anxiety, then they learn coping techniques, and last they use their learned coping techniques to overcome situations. The vast majority of patients can be treated using these tailored methods.
All right, guys. So from the video we just watched, what did you guys understood from it? And we have Nadia. Hello, Nadia. Hello, Nadia. Hello. Okay. Yes. Hello, Nadia.
Yes, I'm
Now,
here.
what did you understood from the video you watched?
Uh, this video talked about different phobias.
Mm-hmm.
For example, different fears of natural environment, fears of blood, uh, fears of situations, um, and different others fears, for example, of clowns. Um, we watched about reasons of phobias
Mm-hmm.
and about treatment. Um, and
Okay.
yes,
All right.
and
Anything else?
the person who say in this video talk very quickly and something information I'm not understood.
Influential.
Pardon?
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. You said about the word influential. Yes.
Maybe yes, influential because of he say very quickly and неразборчиво.
I don't understand what you just said.
Pardon?
But about influential, Nadia, influential means to try to make somebody do something
Mm-hmm.
as influence. Like I'm telling you, Nadia, you come to iPhone. Let me give you an example of the meaning of influence. Influence, persuade, it means the same thing. So last year I went to the shop. I was looking at I was just browsing, window shopping. So but I had it in mind. I wanted to buy winter shoes. And this man just came. He said, "Oh, what are you looking for?" I just said, "I'm here to just, check some things out." And before you know it, I walked out of that shop with a pair of winter shoes. I didn't plan to buy, but I bought. So that's the meaning of influence. He he made me he gave me good reasons to do something, to make a decision, or should I say, to buy. Someone influenced you to do something. That's the meaning of the word influence. Okay, so one more question before we go. Artyom,
Yes.
so could you tell me, what did you learn from today's lesson?
I learned how we can use word for and since in present perfect.
Since.
Since and for. I learned something about phobia, and I studied today something about your native city,
Mm,
Lagos.
yeah. Hmm. Okay.
That's all.
All right. So, today we learned two important grammar regarding present perfect. You know, present perfect, it's huge, but this was just, we focused on for and since. So for is talking about, as you remember, we have when we say at a point in time, that is with for. When we say, I mean, for a period of time, you know, talking about for 2 weeks, for 10 years, and so on. And since is talking about at a point in time. So they are very useful in English. We use it every day. Not every day, but, you know, to have dialogues, to have conversations with people. So we find them very useful. So in the meantime, there's some task that you should do on the site. It's about this topic that we did today, and we're going to check your, you know, you just keep sending in your answers. Sometimes I see answers from some of you, sometimes I don't. But it would be great to see it would be great for you guys to do some of the tasks. And then we check it and you get your answers. So, as always, our lessons will come to an end. I think now we've known each other for some time now. So, or for a month, maybe 1.5 months. So, I'm happy to see all of you again today. And I wish you a wonderful evening. Be safe. The weather is a little bit better now, so you could go for a walk if you want to.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes,
Thank
bye
you.
everybody. Adios.
Amigos.